watching them tonight, not only did they look lazy, but they look soft. Um, they're not as physical. San Antonio was attacking the basket relentlessly. Um, there was a huge free throw disparity. The Spurs shot 36 free throws. Lakers shot 23. I guess it was greater than that of a disparity at one point. But yeah, I just feel like the Lakers, like some of the same problems that we saw last year in that playoff series against Minnesota, where Minnesota just brought so much more intensity than the Lakers did. Some of those things they still remain, and they brought in Marcus Smart. The big piece was DeAndre Ayton. And I feel like Ayton, who's been great this year, he made the Lakers bigger and he made the Lakers more talented, but what he didn't do is make the Lakers tougher, you know. And once again, it goes back. I guess it's just a Hollywood thing, man. It goes back to, um, well, like I said, the Shaq Kobe teams. As long as I've been, um, like I said, I didn't get to watch. I don't remember anything of Showtime, the Showtime Lakers. I was 3 years old when it ended in '91. I know those teams were tough though, but even they had a reputation at first before they got in. And they proved their mettle and their toughness against the Celtics, and later on against the Pistons. Uh, but like when they were playing the Celtics, I remember like that first time in '84. I think after they lost that series, and it even bled over into '85. I think until they finally responded. But they had that reputation of being like more of a finesse, Hollywood type of team. And like I said, when you have a whole bunch of talent, which the Lakers have now, which they obviously always had during the Kobe championship years, uh, and of course, I mean, Lakers are the most star-studded franchise in the history of the NBA. Uh, I don't know. And then you play in this city, and this city is so. I mean, I guess it's just something. I mean, there's something about the city. I guess it just makes people want to relax. And the sun's always shining. But they, uh, yeah, this Lakers team, you know, I mean, and not only that, not only are they not that tough, but they're not that athletic either. Like LeBron is almost 41 years old, probably still the most athletic uh, player on this team and who's in the regular rotation. You know, um, makes you wonder. Maybe I mean I can't say that they should play Bronny more, but they need more Bronny like athletes on the team. I hope it's too bad they don't have more guys like that in the rotation. I'm just talking about just athletically, like young legs. What's crazy that the Lakers are not an old team. The Lakers are a pretty young team. You know, I think Marcus Smart is 31. Obviously, LeBron is almost 41. But other than that, pretty much everyone is in their 20s, I think. So, yeah, I just think it's just, I don't know. And I talked about Luka last time, how I think the team is taking on his personality of being a laid back, eh, you know, the reputation that, European players historically always had was that they were lazy, and that's why, um, uh, basically Nico Harrison was like, bro, I'm tired of shit. And honestly, like I said, bro, it's been great being able to watch Luca. He's made the team way better. But you can kind of see sometimes what, um, especially after 6 years, where Nico Harrison might have looked at this situation and go, I want to be better defensively. You know, the Lakers are it's a lot of Van Gundy kept stressing it, and he kind of foretold that little run they made there at the end. They're down by 19. He said 19 points in the modern NBA is nothing. Even it was like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He said it's nothing with a team as much firepower as the Lakers have. Lakers do have a lot of firepower, but they don't have the type of they don't have like San Antonio would just get the ball and push and and get right to the basket. The Lakers don't have that type of team of athletes that can do that. They have, Austin and Luka are not great athletes. They're great basketball players, but they're not great athletes. You know. So, but the Lakers never really had. Lakers have never. The Lakers have always sacrificed stuff like that for like high end, superstar talent. You know. Now when the best days of LeBron and AD, it was different. Like when that 2023 team that they had. I mean, they had some teams. Rob was kind of cooking at first. The LeBron, because LeBron. I mean, and he started to play better with. Well, I can say he started to play better. He was hurt, and he came back, and I know he had a big game recently since that first game back when he played against us. But he, AD is historically he's been a super freak athlete, same as LeBron. So I would say 2020 with LeBron and AD, and then you got a bunch of long wing guys on the perimeter. You got you had Kuzma, you had Rondo, you had Avery Bradley, you had some guys who could kind of like the OKC team now. Alex Caruso, and then I really thought that team they had the next year was like that with these big, long, like pterodactyl like guys who like can run and jump. And then the team that they had in 2023, like I said, bro, when we made the trade for Luka, that really just transformed the team completely because of the way Luka plays. Luka's a slow down, methodical type player. He's a great basketball player, not a great athlete. When you think of speed and leaping ability and stuff like that, explosiveness as an athlete, that's not his bag. It's not his forte. But the same thing with Austin Reeves, right? So yeah, with AD, we were a lot more athletic. Like I was saying, the 2023 team with LeBron and AD, some of those other guys. That was the type of team that it's like, man, this team is big and they're long and they can switch, and then 80 there, like holding off the middle. Like I was thinking with that the other day. I was listening to Bill Simmons when he was talking to Max Kellerman about it, like AD, how like in that series against Golden State in 2023, when like Curry would just dribble from one side of the paint all the way around and then circle all the way around out, because there's no point in putting up a shot while AD was down there. Those first two series, what he did defensively was amazing. But now it's a different type of team. Aiden, like I said, he's made him bigger and more talented, but he's not really an intimidator at the rim as far as shot blocking goes. And his first was just attacking the rim, like nobody was there. So maybe that can be what LeBron, what he brings is like different to this team, is his ability to attack there. Of course, it's not going to be good for his legs as the season progresses, but much was made of. I mentioned Max. He has a new podcast now with Rich Paul. The second one came out today. The first one came out a couple nights ago, 2 nights ago to be exact. And he and Rich were talking, and Rich was saying that the Lakers, he didn't think the Lakers were contenders. That it got a lot of noise on social media and everything. But if you watch tonight, they made Rich Paul look like a prophet, and I think like I said, I didn't think they played that hard, but you can just also see like there's certain things that they are just fundamental to this team. They're like I said, they're not that athletic. They can't. It's like Spurs got Fox and Castle and Harper and these young guards, and the Lakers have 2 great guards in Luka and Austin, but they're not fleet of foot in that way. The Lakers can't really keep up. So we just have to. I just see the Lakers don't play again until until December 18th against Utah. So that's, you know, a week and 1 day from today. So another nice little rest for the Lakers uh, as they gear up for the Christmas Day game against the Rockets.